kind of a weird story that surfaced from the previous weekend here, and it kind of just falls in line with, I don't know if you guys remember this, but about a few years ago, there were just multiple, and it seemed like weekend after weekend over the late 2000s, early 2010s. Okay, there was a rash of different tourists that were just dropping dead in Mexico. Okay, either from the United States or from Canada. It was just like it was a wave, and it was happening. It just seemed continuously over and over again. Never got any answers to it. Never really figured it out, because it wasn't happening specifically at one resort, but it was always in, I can remember, like Mexico, and then for Canadian tourists, I think there was one maybe in Cuba, but it was always just at these middle class white trash resorts. Okay, somebody was pushed off a balcony, or there was an overdose that happened in one of the rooms, and then all of a sudden we get another story like this pop out. 3 American citizens found dead at a Bahamas resort are identified. It was at a Sandals, okay? The Walmart of luxury getaways. Officials in the Bahamas confirmed the identities of 3 American tourists who were found dead at a Sandals Emerald Bay over the past weekend. The Bahama Commissioner of Police, Paul Rowley, who you could probably buy for like a couple of packs of smokes, a fucking Los Angeles Dodgers hat, and $200. We know how shit works down there. Said Monday that Robbie Phillips, 65, Michael Phillips, 68, and were two of the 3 who died. Rowley also confirmed previous reports that Vincent Chiarella, 64, was the other who died, and that Chiarella's wife, Donnis Chiarella, 65, was hospitalized. With what kind of injuries? This is very interesting, because it went for like a little while. Like, there wasn't much of a development here, but then eventually at some point or another, somebody was going to have to speak up about this. Speaking at a press conference, Rowley said the blood samples were taken from the victims and they were sent to a laboratory in the United States in an attempt to determine the cause of death. Is probably the coof. Were they vaccinated? Terrible. Autopsy results are still pending. I told reporters authorities are still attempting to determine the official causes of death, but Tourism Minister Chester Cooper said, "Don't worry, it's all fine. Come down to Sandals. Make sure you vacation in Bahamas. Don't worry about it." Chester Cooper said that he doesn't expect foul play. It's not, don't worry about it. It's not going to be happening. Comments made to the reporters. Chiarelli's sons, Austin Chiarelli, confirmed to media outlets Sunday that his father was one of the 3 who died and his mother was taken to hospital. He said that his father was found dead in the hotel room while his mother was in a bed and couldn't move because her arms and legs were swollen. Her arms and legs were swollen, that he couldn't move, and that she screamed to get someone to come to the door. Interesting, he told ABC. The couple was spending time at a resort to celebrate their wedding anniversary. All right. Did they know who were the other people? The Phillipses? Were they all there together? Sandals Resorts told the news outlets that it was with deep sadness that they can confirm the passing of 3 guests at Sandals Emerald Bay on May 6, 2020, and that the follow-up weekend would be a 50% off for anybody wishing to stay in those suites. A health emergency was initially reported, and following our protocols, we immediately alerted emergency medical professionals and relevant local authorities, the hotel added. We're actively working to support both the investigation as well as guests' families in every way possible during this difficult time. United States Department of State on Saturday said it's monitoring reports that 3 American citizens died. Yeah, and that's where it kind of just stood until yesterday, or if I knew numbers, Tuesday. And the United States finally broke their silence. Yeah, closely monitoring the situation. Bahamas acting Prime Minister Chester Cooper announced that the 2 men and 1 woman were discovered dead at Sandals Emerald Bay Resort on May 6th. Another woman was hospitalized. Yes. The Chiarellis and Phillipses. The Bahamian Health Minister, Dr. Michael Darville, told local media that the hotel guests sought treatment for nausea and vomiting a day before. 3 people were found dead. We feel that we are seeing an isolated case associated with a particular area. Okay. Cooper, the acting prime minister, said that the investigation is underway and that the causes of death are not known. Foul play is being ruled out, though. Well, that's good. I'm glad that's not the case. Why is it that only I guess 3 people are dead, but 4 people in total have manifested any symptoms. I'm sure that there was more than just those 4 people, okay, those 2 couples that were staying at this resort. And why were they specifically the victims of this? That's what I would like to know, because it doesn't seem like there's any connection between these 2 couples, okay? Can't find anything in either of these reports, okay? Were they poisoned? Because that would be interesting. Were they high-value targets? It just seems like a couple of boomers went down to the Bahamas to vacation at Sandals because, I don't know, somebody seen a pamphlet and thought that it'd be a fun thing to do. We've been cooped up over the past 2 years. We might as well go down to the Bahamas while we have the chance. Like I said at the outset, it just seems very interesting because, and again, if this continues, if we see a couple more of these cases come out over the course of travel season, maybe it might be a return to form from a few years ago, like it was in Mexico and Cuba. But it's tough to say, really. And it's a very interesting story because not much is really known about this at the time. And it's not like the Bahamas are short on corruption. So it'll be an interesting story to see play out. So yeah, it sucks for their family, I guess. But outside of that, until we get more information, vet your vacation destinations a little bit closely, or perhaps a little bit more so than the Phillips and the Chiarella families. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Dal Coswell. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.